always been a big advocate of having coaches in my life and advisors. And I'm going through this with my teenage son and saying, hey, you're going to need some people in your life who can be your coaches, not a life coach necessarily, but a doctor. You need regular checkups. You need a mechanic that you can trust to take your car to. And it was apparent to me that I had reached a point in my career where I needed someone to advise me to optimize my career search, because not only was I had relocated back to Dallas, and so that was a shift, but I was also opening myself up to new career opportunities that were separate and apart from strictly news. Mm-hmm. And so I knew that I need to find somebody who knew more than I did. Several things. One is optimizing my appearance, my digital footprint. That's one thing. That's where you were so helpful in getting not only my resume up to speed in terms of using the right keywords, using the right format, and bringing it up to kind of industry standards in terms of what HR personnel tend to look for, how they sort through hundreds of resumes. So optimizing the resume, and then equally important, getting my LinkedIn profile to match that. Sure. So I think that was one thing. I think two, forcing the people in the program to have the discipline to create a list. And people are lazy, people don't want to do it, they want to take shortcuts, but you force them to say, no, you got to have a list, it's got to be detailed, it's got to be long, you've got to find names. So that's work, but that gives you a starting point. So that's number two, the discipline of developing that list. And then thirdly, I think there's a lot of therapy that goes on it, to be honest. Despite your best efforts, despite your stellar resume, there are going to be rejections, and that's where the therapy comes in. And I'm being a little whimsical, but there is a lot to say for being a part of a group, a team, even if it's digital, of people who are going through the same cycle, the same life cycle. And so you can share best practices, you can commiserate, you can celebrate together, and there's a lot of value in that. So I think the digital footprint is good. The list is huge, and the team aspect. In other words, working with a team of people who are going through the same process at the same time. You're very likely highly talented and highly skilled, but you need a team. You need a coach. And I'll say this, anything that is highly important, anything that really, really matters for your safety and well-being and success requires some guidance and supervision. And again, you talk about, your doctor. You go to your doctor who knows a lot more about health and wellness than you do. You go to your dentist, same thing. You have an auto mechanic who knows the ins and outs of your vehicle. Okay, same thing with your career development. Why would you do that alone? Why would you just say, I'm going to shoot from the hip and I'm going to do whatever, and I'm just going to go out there and see what I can find? No, if it's important, if it matters, if it's significant to your health and career wellness and future, then you probably need to find someone who can help guide your steps, especially at a pivot point where you're in between positions. If you're going to do it and do it right, then you need to invest in someone who can help you do it the right way.